Saric in for Denver, making his Nuggets debut. And Aaron Wiggins into the game for OKC. A Holmgren technical foul called on Michael Malone. It's going to send Gilgeous-Alexander the free throw line to extend this lead now to 15.
Join the Bulls Kid Nation Kids Club presented by BMO today. All-star members receive invites to exclusive events.
Stacey, they got you a nice big font tonight.
Well,
I was watching yesterday in Milwaukee.
You know what? I wasn't going to say anything. I thought I was in a doctor's office.
And one of them get tripped up. I just said, just keep playing, keep the game moving.
Well, you're taught to do that as an official.
Official just point straight ahead like on the, soccer ref does, and just say keep the run of play going.
OG&E and the Thunder are looking to honor local emergency responders and recognize the contributions they have made to keep their community safe. Safety partner. Valley Sports Now, FanDuel Sports Network, your new home for Thunder basketball. Well, we got two tees. One from Mark Daigneault, one from Trae Young.
Get some strategy in from the sideline as Shea just continues to put up points. He likes to sit in the paint. You got to flush those guys out.
They just have not been a good defensive team. And the numbers kind of back that up. They've really struggled to stop the basketball, but
and he's one of those guys too where he understands the game. He has a high IQ. He's sitting right now on what, 7 assists, 29 points. Oh, excuse me, he's got 30 now, and he's got a double-double.
2 consecutive first-team All-NBA honors. He's so consistent. He had more 30-point games than anybody in the league last year.
What I've noticed about him this year, it seems like he is really focused and intent on taking more three-point shots.
3 assists a game, a good interior passer. He and Ayton, each time they're on the floor, seem to click more and more.
On the offensive end, the way that he eventually did, where after the All-Star break, he looked like an All-Star.
Oh boy,
his numbers were All-Star numbers.
They were. SGA got the Thunder off to a quick start. The Thunder with a 17-point first quarter lead, led at the end of 137-24.
Simply due to the size advantage. There are lob passes you can throw. You're bigger than all them. We want you to go up and get this and squeeze it and come down with the ball. Doesn't mean you got to catch it in the air and finish a lob. You come down with it.
In our rotation, and you kick it out.
For a back-to-back in Los Angeles, you could make the case that the Portland backs, maybe mid-90s, right after you got in.
Yep.
Let's take a look at the Royal Caribbean Star Watch. A little bit to start their season. His free throw shooting down a little bit. What has gone up? Kind of hard to see the letter of the law. Free throws he has had. They're all down this year, but it's early. An all-star player in that kind of realm. To his great credit, what a transformation. He was great as a rookie with the Clippers, helping them into the playoffs, and has been stellar for Oklahoma City.
But,
he knew exactly what it took. He was there first, outlast, and just a very, he knew exactly what it took. He was there first, outlast, and just a very wise young man.
So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is at the line. Of course, you may know he's a Canadian. Not run into him. Second foul on Peyton Watson. Offense and defense. And Shai knocks it in. Second in the MVP battle. He was acquired in the Paul George trade with 5 draft picks that they have spread out. OKC won that amongst all the guys that they have. He was acquired in the Paul George trade with 5 draft picks that they have spread out. OKC won that amongst all the guys that they have. Tyson and Naji. Free throw no good. Jokic boards. Porter, Jokic, Brown, and Westbrook. Similar, except for the 3-point field goals. Nuggets starting to make some.
Rockets healthy. Nobody reports. Same 3 names for OKC. Hartenstein, Jay Will, and Kenrich Williams with the knee. Would have been it for him, but second technical just said the magic word.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't need to be.
No.
Sometimes it doesn't need to be operatic by any means.
And sometimes the officials set it to the that was real physical.
And now a quick word from Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Have fun out there.
And Shea, back-to-back trips to the free throw line.
It's hard to do that kind of move on the Warriors defense. They like to pack the paint.
How the Warriors handle the basketball at times, and both teams trying to get up and down the floor.
That's where you see a lot of times, you talk about checkers and chess. Stand up in here and see how you handle it, and we're going to wait a minute. That would be chess, folks.
Let's take a look at tonight's Paris Devon injury report.
He kind of bumped him, grabbed him, and he took the shot. Now he's got free throws. Little things like that that makes him so exceptional and getting a chance to put points on the board.
I gotta think that those quick.
The third was pressuring him at half court. You know that's you're gonna make a mistake if you're pressuring.
Over aggressiveness.
And now the Thunder can take advantage of the free throw line, as you just mentioned, partner. That's a good point. They're in the bonus for the next 7 minutes.
That was what we saw on that right arm making contact. As Shea's free throw is good, it does allow OKC to get a little bit closer here.
The entire quarter since coming in the ball game until he made that massive three for the Warriors.
14th free throw for SGA as Mark Daigneault is letting Justin Van Duyn hear it during those free throws. Thunder fans do want a chance to win a pair of tickets. Shea's got 16. He is just so pliant with his body.
Just beautiful.
Now a quick word from your Oklahoma Ford dealers.
Sometimes those drives can be a microcosm of things to come because the official wasn't hearing it. You can do it. Players are trying to advance the ball in a fast break situation. And it becomes a technical.
Rep your Thunder your way with gear from the official Thunder shop. OKCThunder.com/shop.
Shea has just been outstanding. Shea was really good.
And Shea doing what he does at the free throw line. Now, you're going to get Isaiah Joe free throws. So that is 3 massive points on that particular sequence. Powell's night is done. Each one of these free throws critical.
He is one of the hardest working men in the NBA, folks. And teams make him work hard.
From the game for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. A Western Conference that right now has played.
I thought the key to this ball game for the Thunder was that third quarter, putting up those 35 points. You have a short roster again, and you got guys playing extended minutes. Kudos to them for.
Now a quick word from Academy Sports and Outdoors. Shea gets the second in what has already been. And so Markieff Morris gets the tee. Shea's able to get the free throw.
His career averages 23 points, just under 5 rebounds, just under 5 assists, and a steal and a half per game on nearly 50% shooting.
The right side, but being a professional scorer that he is, he switches to the left hand as he completes the and one.
You're going right to the free throw line too, right?
Well, do I have to answer that right now? And SGA, excellent free throw shooter. He makes this first, has a decision to make.
4.3 seconds, almost impossible. Got to think that he's going to try to miss this, and he is. Ball pops up. Dort. Can he get it off? He does, but it's short. And what a finish.
Starting to get a little bit of that Doc Rivers raspy voice. We'll check back in with him later in the game, but it'll be even worse.
Champagny now in double figures after that last three with 12.
As the Thunder all of a sudden has a chance to even the score.
Thunder guards best in the NBA when it comes to anticipating KC.
You know, here's the trick, young players. You can play behind the post, but when the ball gets passed, you got to get away from behind the post. That's what the Thunder do. They do a lot of stunting.
And getting it back to him in better position. So really nice job by Shea to just continue to work the offense. He always talks about the faster I'm off the ball, the better the offensive possession we'll have.
Well, he's before. These are problems, Mike, that he has had answers to throughout the course of his career because he's seen it so much over the last 2 years.
Stuck his hand in a cookie jar.
Shea's perfect at the line now, 7 for 7.
In all of the first half, that's 24 minutes. And now they've had 11 attempts here in just a quarter and a half.
Nothing soft.
That's right. Just like Mr. Hartenstein just did. Just make it emphatic. Points as he has right now. There's 14 rebounds, 13 points. Is Enes Freedom, formerly known as Mr. Enes Cantor. You landed at 2:30, 3 o'clock this morning. You get into bed at 3:34, and you have to have the Trailblazers. You know, you're playing the Trailblazers who are in bed already waiting on you in your hometown. That double-double, but man, everybody that showed up really laid a brick in the foundation of this win.
That countless times during the course of his career, and I kind of like seeing a little look of anger and disgust on the faces of these guys out there working Musanagger right now. Probably getting his eyebrows stitched up, and I would imagine we'd see him again. Just keep in mind, you've got a very small lineup on the floor, collectively coming together to secure the ball.
Gilgeous-Alexander knocks down the second, the lead back up to 3.
No other in this league. I mean, right there with SGA, and he's got 2 free throw attempts tonight. There's a level of frustration, to say the least. The fact that I mentioned it kind of at the end of the third quarter. You've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
As of last year, the wording in the rule book is shooters are not allowed to take an unusual launch angle. You look at his defensive variables, when you look at the offensive numbers, and the way that he has led.
He's blaming the official. It's not me, it's the official.
Better him talking to you than James Williams.
That's right. He took it out on me. Yeah. That's what when I was here.
So many counter moves. So many times you think you're in front of him, you think you've cut him effective in there. I spoke to his trainer, Olin Simplis, who says that SGA is very good at attacking that heavy foot. What does that mean in basketball? Kuminga was in his chest like bronchitis that time. I mean, the entire possession, Bob, from midcourt to the time that he committed the foul. Those games due to illness. Gilgeous-Alexander goes 0 for 2. Podziemski whips it down court, and that's going to be the end of 36 minutes. He's lost his balance and fell into the Thunder player. That was Hield's 6th foul. So now they only need a 2-point ball game. OKC leading 103-101.
Wiggins didn't know he could have caught it, gathered, and put it up.
Gilgeous-Alexander knocks down the first.
Second year of that rule here in the NBA, and SGA adds a point to his ledger. He's got 18. 12 for 16 from the line. 15 consecutive games of at least. Now there's point of emphasis this year, the straight line drive, and perhaps that was 9 assists so far for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Key time right here for the Lakers now.
Gilgeous-Alexander, who's averaged 30 points per game the last couple of years.
Guarding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and you're trying to keep him in front, but he didn't give his weak side defense.
Well, because of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Thunder amongst the league lead was for having 85% career free throw shooter, missing free throw there. Only the Knicks and the Hornets are attempting fewer free throws per game. than Oklahoma City. And again, it's kind of holding the Rockets stay as the top seed. They very well could be back at home for that quarterfinal game, the knockout game against the Mavericks, who have been playing great without Luka. It's the last time those two teams met last season.
Hit that
in
three.
Dallas. Oh, yeah. That was such a crazy shot. Man, the West is just loaded. So SGA to the free throw line. He's missed a free throw. That was his first one. Makes that. I have to pick him up. We got a great free throw shooter, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, standing here at the free throw line. He's now has 20 points. We asked something, nobody cares, but everybody, they're all over it.
But I always tag you guys in it.
I know you did. We appreciate that. But yeah,
For the broadcast by far, by a landslide.
Thank you to the people. They love you guys too. Don't worry.
Man, a lot of free throws. Oh, he missed free throw on the second for Gilgeous-Alexander.
The guard.
So Gilgeous-Alexander to the line, and then Thompson picked up his second. Give the gift of Rockets basketball this season with Rockets Holiday Pack.
As the Jazz, put that in perspective, the Jazz have 11 attempts.
Now a quick word from your Oklahoma Ford dealers.
And RJ, right? Even with Team Canada, that's all part of the growth.
I'm telling you now, from what I see, this team, as they continue to grow, they have what it. And we haven't even talked about Chet Holmgren.
Right.
They have size, they have toughness, they have a Williams, J-Dub, you have Shea, you have Hartelstein. We haven't even talked about Chet Holmgren.
Right.
They have size.
One outside, he has one
three. Yeah,
the one triple,
three in transition.
and the other 6. Devontae, good soft hands, because it looked like it was going to ricochet away. 6 layups and a triple.
I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe today. No, really, because you're a creature of habit.
Right.
So, like, it throws everything off.
But it's an hour. It's not like a day game.
There are guys like SGA, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and setting your defense so they can see bodies. If they see one person, there's no hesitation.
And we can talk about the Pels missing Z. 740. Gilgeous-Alexander will have 10 free throw attempts. This is going to be his, and a little bit strong. He's down 7 of 9.
But it was an offensive foul. man, listen, Joe.
I'm not going to get fined tonight. You're not doing that to me again.
Very rare that Herb Jones complains.
He was right on top of the ball. And what happens is, if you sell.
It was Casey Wallace when they got the steal in the dunk.
Right. And they get 2 free throws out of it. They're shooting the rest of the game.
Pump fake. The fundamentals on this young man, Kansas, unbelievable with Shai Gilgeous. And Kansas, unbelievable with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
By as many as 8.
I have a feeling this is good.
It's a combination of his speed, his length that he has, and his ability to hit the angles like you talked about. Very, very difficult, and he's trying to draw contact to get the and 1 or 2 free throws.
So special to me, Mike, mixing his pace. He's not always north to south. You know, you talked about playing with Lou Williams.
So an NBA Cup and an NFL stretch here in Las Vegas from 3-point range.
I feel like the Rockets are used to these shooting numbers. I don't know necessarily about the Thunder. You have the All-NBA guy, and you have Jalen Williams. So you have 2 All-Star players, an All-NBA player. Your offense has to start to show it. They're offensive glass. But if you're Oklahoma City, you've got to tighten up your offense, right? You have the offensive power. You have the 30-point-a-game score.
Pull up short, and then go ahead and draw the contact and finish through it.
Completes the 3-point play.
I like it in slow-mo.
Yeah. Well, you got to give some credit to the referees, and we know they had the most difficult job in our sport, but that is impressive, like for them to be able to step. One of my frustrations when we look at the volume of threes is that there are no shot blockers.
And when you talk to him, and more importantly, when you talk to his coaching staff and the teammates, they talk about how humble he is, how driven he is.
Big defense, man.
Oh, man.
A 32-point game with 8 rebounds and 6 assists.
Mid-range, he's expanded his game, shooting more three-pointers.
but hasn't sacrificed his ability to draw fouls.
He told me that the first couple of weeks, which is where we are now for him, that he's been very, very careful. I asked him if could he even get on the bike.
Timeout is being attended to now by Arnie Kander.
First team All-NBA. His kid's no longer a secret. It was the 11th pick in the 2018 draft by Charlotte. They traded him to the Clippers.
Jalen Williams set to make his debut.
Where he's got 2.
Now, quick word from Jack in the Box.
He hit the boom. That was that last time out.
First boom of the year?
Yeah, I missed that too, man. First boom of the year. Man, that's clever.
Clean block puts SGA at the free throw line, where he's now 5 for 5. In Miami, just continuing to find ways to score. It locked. He's always got at least one side of that cage open. Trying to get this all sorted out.
In fact, there was a technical call on the play, maybe on into the third quarter. Well, sometimes, you know, you live by the 3 and you die by the 3.
He'll be back.
Halliburton takes a seat. No points yet, but a rebound and 3 assists for Ty in his first 10 minutes. And Gilgeous-Alexander has 6.
Fouled and Gilgeous-Alexander on the line.
He's got 14. He averages 31. 4th and 5th free throw attempts for Gilgeous-Alexander. 16th 30-point game of the year. This is his 29th. He's played in all 29 games for the Thunder this year. And rattles that one in. They're 8 straight against Washington. And again, a team that has not had to play many clutch games this year.
Dagnall's done a good job. You got 2 guys that can get shots. I mean, that's the thing that you got to be able to do in the clutch. You got to be able to have guys.
24 and 5. They'll stay on the road Saturday in Charlotte before going home for 5 straight at home.
It was not lost on Oklahoma City. That you got to go play Boston, who's going to be a little heated because they didn't get it done in one of those great games that were.
For a slim guy, he can use his body to the max.
And he's got a free throw streak that just ended. He was at 37 in a row before that miss.
Raise that number up, put him on the bottom just for that guy. You do a lot the way he plays, you do a lot just for him.
This may be a tip of the cap to the old Seattle Sonics days, because the Sonics were the first team in NBA history.
Shea, such a talented, high-Q offensive player, quickly turns over his left shoulder on the baseline and gets the call in the bucket.
Michael Jordan, guy that you played with, Adrian Dantley.
Oh, yeah.
Just run down the court. You're good. I can't coach that on defense because that's an incredible shot by a terrific player.
Just individual supremacy on the offensive end. Now starting the second quarter. And Shea's been so good at the free throw line.
You know, he just gets the flow. Whenever things get clogged up out there, he can unclog it. You know, like Drano.
First free throws for SGA. As we take a look at tonight's Paris Devon injury report. First free throws for SGA. As we take a look at tonight's Paris Devon injury report. But good to see him right there with his teammates on the bench.
We're not going to challenge that. We'll keep it in our pocket.
And now a quick word from Jack in the Box. One out of 2 for SGA. You hear the MVP chants inside Paycom Center.
Shea was in his upward shot motion.
Mike, this game was 65-63. SGA gave you a much-needed, calm things down bucket on the baseline to make it 10. And then the onslaught started. Second missed free throw of the night. Superb on so many different levels. Second one is good. 5-point game, Minnesota.
Sorry, man, it's the New Year's, man. I apologize for all the things I've said, you know, in the past year. Let's just start over. That's an old school move by a new school player. That's a jump hook shot.
Is that because he went off 2 feet?
No, because he just threw it like a little hook.
And I think that it was easy to assume that he was referencing SGA there.
Necessarily understand. Second. Yes. And this is the best. Yeah, they've done it as a team.
And now a quick word from the Oklahoma Ford dealers.
I guess kept the lights on the offensive end has been this guy at the free throw line, Shea, in that first half. For SGA looked like he was trying to turn the corner. Mo Bamba stepped up, and he had to switch. SGA looked like he was trying to turn the corner. Mo Bamba stepped up, and he had to switch. And now when you get that cross-matching like that.
Again, he averaged 30.1, and he shot 53%. The year before, averaged even more than that, shot 51%, and he's at 50. Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby having a discussion with Mitchell Irvin. He is 88% from the free throw line. Just 26 years old.
It's one of those plays where you almost just got to pull the chair on him, see if you can block the shot at the rim.
Now a quick word from your Oklahoma Ford dealers.
With the 8 for 8 at 36 years old. He's just showing you, I'm still the king of threes.
Going into the fourth quarter by 8 points. And he got SGA in the MVP chance to electrify the offense.
You talk about a gut check, and I don't know if that's the correct word, because this team has won 13 games in a row.
So SGA, who continues to rack up 30-point game after 30-point game. Stellar again, 33 against New York Friday night in the comeback. Just so slippery when he makes that decision. He's already got 9 points here in the first quarter. 3 minutes and 21.
Next night, and then celebrated his birthday with a win against the Clippers and followed that up with a season-high 19 against the Knicks. What just happened to be, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Paris. That's the best part. You get to have moments like that. And Aaron Wiggins said it was probably one of the top moments of his NBA career. Wasn't going to go down. Put a little dent into the momentum here that the Celtics have had. Sort of quietly going about their business.
You know they're going to rise to the occasion when the game's on the line. We're almost approaching closing time when we get below that 5-minute mark, about 2 minutes away.
And then brings the ball over. That is a crafty play by SGA.
You almost missed that replay because you're blowing kisses to the crowd.
That was going to be here for me, but...
Doris, are you surprised how much they love him here in this city?
Game. So, Mike, in the last 3.5 minutes, you've seen a lot of zone behind the cap.
It's a pogo stick.
You always used to see them at your friend's house in the backyard. I was so bad at it.
Gilgeous Alexander gets it. And Tom Thibodeau has talked about that he wants the team to back off on the complaining to the officials. Technical fouls, total. 4, that's it. And Mark Daigneault.
Yeah, big game tonight. And OKC is dominated. 2 free throws, now looking for 1 more for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Makes it look easy. He talks all the time.
That's why you're going to have to be strong with the ball and make precise decisions. And it had to be quick.
Now for our keys to the game, brought to you by your local Washington, D.C. GMC dealers.
You got to be strong with the ball. We just seen 2 possessions. And I hear if a guard has any type of lower extremity injuries, hips, and when to go under.
SGA is 3rd in the NBA in points per game. He's 2nd in steals total.
You missed those from that previous game, as you mentioned, and you've added them back here. I think you can already see.
Alex Sarr just shooting right over the top of him.
SGA had a 40. Clark Kellogg would call that a super stat stuffer supreme.
Well, you hear the chants. I mean, this guy, category night in, night out, because his ability to rebound the ball as well.
Those markers.
Yeah, if he can go back to back and get rookie of the month again in January.
And he is on his way to his 34th straight 20-point outing, which is the best stretch. Last year he had 29. I think if you've got to do the MVP ladder right now, Keefe is voicing his displeasure to crew chief Courtney Kirkland.
Well, it's no secret, are a little sluggish, but OKC, they have that benefit and that leisure.
Is that considered Central Florida? Is Tampa considered Central Florida?
Not Central was Orlando.
Gotcha.
I mean, you can kind of say Tampa is Central Florida, but he is the aggressor. He's initiating contact, not the defense, and that's how he applies so much pressure. It's lonely.
6'6", 200 pounds. He's in his 7th season. He was 11.
Young teams in the league. And down at the bottom, where do your Sixers fall? They are the oldest.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And SGA surprisingly misses the first at 90% free throw shooter. The Pistons don't look now. Detroit has won 10. Yeah, no doubt about that. And SGA surprisingly misses the first at 90% free throw shooter. The Pistons don't look now. Detroit has won 10.
Extremely talented. Decide what happens in the outcome of this game.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
Slash gig savings to learn more. And it's the second.
SGA goes right into his body.
SGA 12 of 15 from the floor tonight. Decent efficiency. This guy does not settle. Over 15 of his 30 points on drives.
It's a lot of points. Think about that.
He settled for a step back 3 on Ty Jerome. That time he didn't settle. He attacked and this first half. And tomorrow your votes count. 3 for 1. That was bad. That was bad.
And I know you certainly agree with me, but he just continues to impress.
He's missed some time here with a hamstring injury.
What's the official to put air in that whistle?
I wish I had my bike. Are you ready to get in the game with YMCA Youth Sports, young athletes?
Over his career, folks, this man at the free throw line, SGA, just continues to impress season after season.
Well, it was the first defender, not the block. As we get a quick word from Jack in the Box. Move your feet. I don't know if you move your feet on defense. Word on the street is that's not part of the scouting report.
I cannot confirm nor deny that.
Tosani Woma missed the foul just into the game. Shai goes back to the free throw line.
Just saw Jordy, head coach of the Nets. The one when he was
Terminator 1 way back.
Yeah, he was the bad guy Terminator. He just keeps coming at you, man. He's going to get what he wants because he can get to those spots on the floor. I didn't say anything.
You just couldn't resist.
I didn't say anything. I was
and
just.
You brought it up. You said, "Oh, I got something for you, fans." Enters first time, as does Cason Wallace. As Shai converts at the free throw line.
It's just not that often you see him getting a strip. He's going to make you pay the price for reaching in that.
Nobody's going to see.
And Mom said, didn't I tell you?
If there's a chocolate chip cookie, I'm going for it. One out of 2 for Keontae George.
That's why that man is on everybody's first choice as MVP of the league this year, folks.
Played a bunch of sports, did a bunch of extracurricular activities, and all of that led
dance moves in your back pocket. And how many times, Michael, we mentioned things like that that really help you. You know, things like.
Watch, folks. He is fun to watch.
Kyle Filipowski certainly not one to keep SGA in front.
That's also the first miss of the Thunder tonight. They were now 14 of 15. Now counted 15 of 16. So not leaving any. But the official, remember, I called them out. And they don't listen to me. They should listen to me. I'm on TV. Dallas lost a close one in Minnesota tonight.
Well, Mark Daigneault laid it out before the game. This Utah team, they got some good players. Riverwind Casino putting another bullet point on his MVP resume. Let's check in with Nick.
Well, guys, Jalen Williams, since he's been back, 17 games, he's made a 3 in all but one of them. That consistency, number of games that he started for this team early in his career as a rookie, he has racked up a ton of experiences over the course of time, really paying dividends.
Kind of disturbed on his shots at the rim about 4 or 5 plays ago.
Mark Daigneault talks so often about having to learn through situations.
In the arena, he shot 17 last night to get that 54, so he's aware.
And the first one is good. Shea's total slowly trickling up here. Really crank up and ratchet up the defensive pressure here, Mike, to try to get the steal.
This year, on 8 attempts a game, he is number 2 in the league in free throws attempted per contest.
Two free throws here for SGA. Nobody really on Houston. Anthony Edwards from Minnesota, not quite having the same kind of pop this year that he did.
You all the information, you over here acting like you went deep into the archives.
Yeah, he picks up his first. Line on SGA tonight with that free throw falling 25.
Well, you better defend. If you're not defending, you stick out, and you feel it if you're that guy.
And Lamar Hurd, to your point, when your lead dog, your alpha.
Yeah.
Great game. He's been unable to go due to a calf injury, but day to day, see if he's back maybe next week. They play Phoenix Friday night.
Games 12-3. The last 30, 10 and 20. Dropped off about 12 points a game offensively, and you know. That leaves you scratching your head, Dave. Touch. The last piece for him, Dave, is really to become a lethal three-point shooter. He doesn't need to be, but that's just the last thing.
Steve is going to be talking to this officiating crew about is, okay, Shea gets fouled a lot, and he's clever, but let's have the...
Who to play, how to guard the pick and roll, kind of offense, defense to run. That's not easy. That's very hard. And I said, but that's a finite amount of decisions. As a GM, you could trade anybody. You could trade any picks.
So Looney at the line. Second foul on Dort. And Kevon Looney with 9 points off the bench in 10 minutes.
In high school was a wing player. At UCLA he was a three a lot. He handled the ball. And so his intelligence, his passing, he's worked himself into the center position. But the center position has changed. Shea's eyes would light up. And it's not, Quentin Post this is his third, whatever, NBA real game. Not that anybody else stopped Shea.
Front runner right now for MVP. He was the runner-up to Jokic last year. Missed just one game this year. That was the 2 starting guards for the West in the All-Star game, which will be here in San Francisco in just over 2 weeks. It's the free throw. He's got 39. We talked about him starting the All-Star game. It's here in San Francisco. You can get tickets to see the NBAs by heading to NBAevents.com or downloading the NBA Events app. 40 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Without having that footwork, Curry's always had it. I remember Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan starting with him, just the elite guard footwork. Jalen Brunson, I think, has a lot of that, and this guy does as well. Just the ability, pivot, reverse.
We got a technical foul called now on Kyle Anderson, so an extra free throw for Shai. Let's check in with George.
Guys, we've been marveling at Michael Jordan, Dave.
Pretty amazing, and it just feels like he's only going to get better.
So many different ways to do it.
Another missed free throw. That's the third of the game for Gilgeous-Alexander. And again,
I mean, I understand trying to get your point across.
It's kind of early.
That is early.
Yeah, it's pretty early.
And Shai, who took 21 free throws.
Will take a blow. Ousmane Dieng in.
Substitutions on both sides. Kevin Huerter. As Dort takes a seat, Keon Ellis. He's more of a defensive guy. State on Wednesday. Watch and Win is back. You can win $500 in Thunder gear while you watch tonight's game. And now, quick word from your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Well, Michael, great opportunity to welcome some more Thunder fans here that might be watching tonight. Of course, on FanDuel Sports Network, but it has been a very porous defense for Sacramento so far. Shai back to the free throw line where he's already got 22 points in the game.
Hartenstein now will take that job just the same as J. Will came in for him.
It's been a sweet night again for SGA.
He's just remarkable. You know, the accolades keep coming in. All-star starter appearances. You know, he's been so consistent. He's leading the NBA in scoring.
Did he earn the highest marks for you?
I'm just saying he was he got a perfect 10 on his dunks.
Yeah, he wasn't going to let that one get blocked from behind like Rollins did on the first. As we take a look at tonight's Paris to Vaughn. We went over the ones for Milwaukee. Giannis and Lillard, they did play last night. This is probably more of a rest management situation than anything else with those guys.
That's so important because it's the most difficult area on the court to run extra traffic at a...
For the Suns as he closes in on 30,000 points. Wallace remains out shoulder. Holmgren and AJ.
It's just unique. You don't see other big guys in the league take that shot. And Isaiah Hartenstein, takes that, 5.
And Holmgren getting closer and closer. But Hartenstein's impact is so much bigger than they even thought.
Has he ever delivered? I mean, he got so much hype, and it would be a situation, are you going to believe me or your lying eyes? A lot of times. And now they've gotten that corrected for this exact reason. What you just saw, that's why they want to make sure.
He's got 16 points. Leading the NBA in scoring.
Simple, but I just think when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander comes off and he sees that amount of space.
Only Harden Jordan. But he talks about, he said he grew up, he was clumsy, he was all arms. Change of pace, the change of direction. And hearing the MVP chance, he was a finalist last year.
Defensive rated team. That gap is the same gap that exists between team 2 and team 11.
Mike, why'd they change it? Why can't we just call it illegal defense anymore? Why do they got to call it defensive 3 seconds?
I think it's the evolution of the game. We used to call it, I'm shooting my J.
You're talking to the wrong generation.
I feel like I'm shipwrecked on an island. It's just me.
Let's take a look at tonight's Paris to Vaughn injury report.
Now, so what did they call sneakers back in your day? I know that you say, I'm going to go get my sneakers.
And this has been in place long enough now as you see SGA at the free throw line. Giving the explanation to Boucher. Because as much of the shot on the bottom half. Third one in 2 weeks. And now a quick word from your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Certainly seeing SGA here, Michael, over the last couple of weeks play at another level. As the MVP chance cascading down here inside Paycom Center. There's still time to catch the Thunder live this season with a stretch run ticket plan.
Ball, that's a big man, and he sets a big screen. And he's telling you, you got to go around. I'm just saying.
I don't want to go running through any walls, Michael. No, thank you. Brick walls, that is.
But I want to know who came up with that. J Will's size. But he does clear a lot of space for a shooter, which doesn't need a whole lot of time.
This is a guy who can make threes, hurt you in the mid-range, drive to the bucket, and get to the free throw line. He is a true 3-level scorer.
Brandon turns to avoid the contact. There's minimal contact on the shot. And that's why I say, the thing is like, if extremely talented, decide what happens and the outcome of this game.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander 4 for 4 from the free throw line. You got 14 second chance points.
As they are, because if you look at their side, they're not an overwhelmingly big basketball team. They're a direct reflection on why on the offensive end they get so many good looks offensively.
Just to give you an idea how good
Brandon turns to avoid the contact. There's minimal contact on the shot. And that's why I say the thing is like if
you got 14 second chance points.
As they are, because if you look at their side, they're not an overwhelmingly big basketball team. They're a direct reflection on why on the offensive end they get so many good looks offensively.
Just to give you an idea how good
rotations right from the beginning of possessions.
Quicksilver. They can't convert the and one.
Minutes of just attention to detail. There's such a small margin for error, and especially with him playing at an MVP level. He had 3 50-point games in a 7-game span.
Leads the NBA in unassisted field goals. He's 4th in paint points per game, 2nd in points off turnovers.
They are the upper echelon in this game, and why they are the best team in the association. And I use that word team very, not loosely. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, we all know what he brings to the table individually, Williams. But you go down the line of how everybody else contributes to winning.
17 offensive rebounds. They average 10.7. And when you couple that, a lot of those offensive rebounds have resulted in threes. Yeah.
Yeah, they had to play down to the end of that Toronto game. It wasn't if it was a blowout and they sat guys for the entire fourth quarter.
About officiating. Exactly. Only Giannis is the only guy that shoots more free throws per game than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I mean, what are you going to give him? You give him the three-point shot? You give him the drive? You give him the mid-range?
That's why I don't want to have to defend him, Mike. Nankovic not familiar maybe with SGA's game. He's playing for just the 15th time in his career.
In hostile environments, even down there in Memphis, everybody.
Last year, they were 3rd in offensive efficiency. Last year, they were also 4th in defensive rating. And pace, 8th. Now they're playing 2 bigs.
Mark Daigneault really thought that he showed a lot of maturity in that game on Friday night, and the comeback, and how wide and broad those shoulders are, and his ability to play through all those different defenders that we see teams throw at him on a nightly basis.
Well, he's a trail breaker.
Join the Thunder Reading Challenge presented by American Fidelity. Students who know the Bay Area is all prepped and ready to go at Chase Center. They got all the decorations around the city. It's a shooter from Miami that's out. Love and Rozier also not in there. Holmgren for rest. Cason Wallace, the shoulder injury. Ousmane Dieng.
And actually, he was going up for the shot. Officials agreed. And he's got 2 more free throws.
Has allowed the second fewest opposition free throws in the league. Shai misfires on the second.
We're at 13 right now, and the Heat have 8 attempts. You talk about a choppy game on both ends.
And fortunately, Michael, the Thunder are able to get to the free throw line because they're shooting 29%.
And last I checked, and the officials explained it to him. Nothing wrong with the flex. I do it all the time in the mirror. I'm just flexing.
They're number 1 in the NBA in free throw shooting, 82%, but they're actually 29th. So right now, I know we don't hand out the MVP in February. We sometimes get caught up with handing out awards too early. But as of this moment,
his statistics on top of that. Donovan Mitchell's had a great year with Cleveland as well, but I don't think he has as much responsibility each team has done against the opposing star, right? Those guys, Edwards and Shai Gilgeous, are combined.
Minnesota needed some size here for the final minute 40. Josh Minot, 3rd year from Memphis, seeing
playing downhill.
4th personal foul on Jalen Clark. Shannon, 13 points in the first half. He comes in averaging 2.5 points per game, 2 out of 2. And he said, Mike Conley, they expect back. Julius Randle, the hope is that he will return soon. Remember, a year ago, so this same situation a year ago, it was Minnesota that had the best record. Now has 19 points. He's 10 of 10 at the free throw line, 6 assists. 3rd foul on McDaniels, the 5th team foul.
That's the year that Curry and company won 73. Only his 3rd free throw attempt tonight. Speaking of SGA, the Jazz are 6 and 19 here at Delta Center. Six for 6.
Life as a rookie in the NBA, learning from night to night. They like what they got in that kid, though.
That's incredible. 50 straight games with at least 20. I mean, look at the trajectory of the ball.
Yeah, that's a foul. I think it's just the adrenaline of a play. As
and you see the savvy veteran. You hate to say shut it down just because the fans have been through so much.
Obviously didn't go in. They're in the penalty. Gilgeous-Alexander.
And yet you respond. And I'm telling you this, Naz Reid, interesting dilemma, but just really, really love the fight of Minnesota.
It's what it's all about right now. just trying to give everybody different looks. There's Chet, man. He had I'm just saying.
From 14 feet?
Exactly.
Are you ready to get in the game with U Sports at the Y, where everyone plays? Visit yforall.org to find your local Y and stop by for more details.
Above that three-point line in that corner where he knocked down that transition through.
Really helps when you got those spacers out there. Edwards checks back in for Minnesota. The SGA goes 2 for 2 at the line. The viewers, can understand a little bit better.
Don't talk about the chunk of earth coming up. But I tell you one thing, man, I keep coming back. I just keep coming back. No matter what. We're trying to guard SGA,
It's the 17th career game for tough night for Jalen Clark. Tough assignment for Clark. SGA misses the free throw. Thunder up with your favorite sport this spring. And who wants to sharpen their skills or even learn some new ones to get your athlete on the roster or learn more.
And you know what? He's known for defensive, skills because he played at UCLA, came out of UCLA with that kind of. And we talked about one of the keys is just good energy, not great energy. Northwest divisional teams, you win both those games, and now you got this third team here. That J-Dub question you were asking, him flourishing. That guy right here is at the free throw line. He's playing with, and it's been a big part of his development. Is his teammates along with the coaching staff.
And first offensive opportunity of the OT for OKC. Splits the defense, SGA, bucket and the foul.
So that's a big aspect of what he tries to do, and that's what then opens up the floor for his teammates.
Expunge it.
Google.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
was it that one?
No, that's not up there. Although that one's that was pre-pandemic, so that's
fine.
Birdie questionable today coming into this one if he would play because of that lower back contusion. You think about the fact that he himself gets there 9 times a game. This will be his 5th and 6th free throw attempts. Very much hand in hand for this Thunder team of the offensive looks they're getting, what they're generating. And it's important to continue to pour on that type of pressure and getting in the paint and making really smart decisions with the basketball. Well, and he also wrapped Williams a little bit, maybe some embellishment on the.
Make a run.
Well, because they got that playoff experience, and so it was always about the build, the young team, what that was going to look like. And more experiences is the opportunity, and they feel the time for them to do that.
Without a ton of free throws tonight, Alexander has now scored 25. Oh, huge nights. Now, he's had some big ones, of course, this year. 54-point game.
Yeah. This is the first free throw, so Keldon has to sit down. Castle comes in for him.
What they have built with this franchise and with this young group and this young culture. Young players don't always like to play defense, but they've gotten defensive mind.
SGA back to the free throw line. This will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the night. He has the most 20-point games in the NBA this season.
It seems like it's so easy for him. I mean, obviously you know that it's not. It's all the work that he's put in.
He's eyeing his first career NBA scoring title. This will be his 3rd straight year averaging 30 points, but Doncic led the NBA in scoring a season ago. Joel Embiid 2 seasons ago.
Just enough.
See the 16 made 3-pointers for San Antonio in this first half. And on the second half of a back-to-back, no less.
It's up until this point on back-to-backs, but shooting it lights out.
Meanwhile, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 22 points, his 55th straight game with at least 20 points.
He got up there, man, and said, it's my money, and I want it now.
As Shai goes to the free throw line, Cason Waller, he really shined over the course of the 3-game road trip, just getting more and more comfortable. finding all the different ways to produce. That defense.
Games in 11 days. It's all about just building energy over the next 3.5 quarters or 3 quarters.
Sign up for Recess with Rumble now at OKCThunder.com/recess.
I thought the Thunder did a good job of the last couple of games of just the swing.
Well, it wasn't the swing, but he was expecting.
It looked like the swing to me.
Green to slap down again.
No, I was talking about last night.
Oh, yeah.
The swing, it's not a lot of times what you say, it's how you say it. And what time you say it. Green got called for a technical foul, as in case you're wondering, folks, as he was a monstrous part of the schedule right now with those 7 games in 11 days. And this is game
coming down the final stretch. It's going to go by quickly. 16 games in the month of March.
So crafty.
And some optionality at the big spot. He's got some playmaking in his game that I'm excited about. Length, defensive versatility that we want to unlock. Certainly he's going to get an opportunity here tonight.
For a 3-point play.
There was contact on that first initial move. I just didn't think there was enough of it.
It's more it's the contact from Joe, more than the Williams contact once the shot goes up.
And it's the same thing now with the G League.
Free throw gets it.
Earlier in the game, this is a team that is 29th in the league.
Now 9 from he has not played a second in the 4th quarter.
Very difficult in this league to shoot 50% as a guard. It's incredible benchmark. He's done it every month. Game stretch, and they don't get to the line much as a team. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander certainly does.
Porter commits the foul here, under 20. Mark Daigneault says he's so consistent as a person. We know if you look at his game-to-game.
Typically, he then feeds off the double teams and the traffic. That's when the three-point shooting will open up for OKC.
Check in with Katie.
Well, Dave, Mark Daigneault says Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Westbrook was pursuing him, and there was contact on the lower body.
This guy is the real deal.
Yeah, probably about 3 years ago.
And it's his 40th 30-point game.
Just, how voracious he is right now as a scorer. You take a look today, 28 field goal attempts, the next highest on their team.
As SGA is at the line for 2 free throws. And he's had 3 consecutive games now, Michael, of scoring at least 40 points.
I tell you, SGA has been beautiful to watch, folks. He has literally been poetry in motion.
Still venting. And he went back to Jason Goble.
And it shot this time, and it turns out to be the game winner for the Clippers.
Kawhi Leonard, he has had.
Who can get your points at the free throw line?
Thunder up your favorite sport this spring with Thunder Youth Camps. Spring camps. 2 for 2 at the line for SGA.
Contact on the lower body. Shai is amongst the league leaders in free throw attempts. This guy is the master at drawing contact.
And this speaks to his MVP candidacy. The only player in the league that is in the top 5 in both offensive.
It shot this time, and it turns out to be the game winner for the Clippers.
Kawhi Leonard, he has had.
Who can get your points at the free throw line?
Thunder up your favorite sport this spring with Thunder Youth Camps. Spring camps. 2 for 2 at the line for SGA.
Contact on the lower body. Shai is amongst the league leaders in free throw attempts. This guy is the master at drawing contact.
And this speaks to his MVP candidacy. The only player in the league that is in the top 5 in both offensive.
But also, the official sees is him hitting the deck.
Right.
Master. This is what gets NBA Twitter up in arms, though, about SGA and the fouls.
I know Jaylen Brown is a strong dude.
I mean, I don't know, Mark. Listen, they're both guys are holding in that instance. You can be mad all you want. What do you call that?
On the season, I alluded to his leadership a little bit earlier. Earlier this season, he jammed. That might cost us a technical foul, subsequently a game. And when it comes,
but you better be disciplined.
Knocks down the first. Hey, here's our NBA Saturday primetime on Jaylen Brown with a whopping 6:48 to go, Doris. How much longer?
Pistons don't need anybody else having their legs banged into, that's for sure.
Gilgeous-Alexander makes twice. He has 11. This guy was 4 for 4, then 0 for 7. Now he's made his last 3 and adds a free throw. Technical foul on Asar Thompson. Gilgeous-Alexander. The check is on Cade now.
Literally about the lane alignment, and he gets tossed. His night is done. SGA's at the free throw line.
That's when you need your teammates to step in and just say, young fella, we got another quarter here. Let's just hang in here.
On the floor in the second half for Gilgeous-Alexander. First free throw. Another up and another one in.
Forgive me, my number was incorrect. It's 47.2%, but SGA is responsible for 47.2% of the made free throws. J-Dub has been a concerted effort to get to the basket more. It's not just Shea that drives the basket, and that's how elite the Thunder have been throughout this entire season on the defensive end of the floor.
SGA up to 13 points. We'll have Malika and Perk in the studio. It's been a good day of basketball. Orlando getting the victory earlier over the Cleveland Cavaliers, snapping the Cavs' 16-game win streak.
Not just about him, but Mark Daigneault also told us that a lot of it is them not committing silly fouls.
One more for SGA, 23 points tonight. He's averaging 39 points per game so far in the month of March. And missing the first free throw. Coming up next, and we'll try again.
Yeah, I get it.
Happy birthday to Irving Washington Sr., by the way. My grandfather's watching.
Hey,
SGA missing.
And of course, when you average 33, you got to make sure you get every one of them. And get Giannis and most likely Brook Lopez out of the game.
I honestly don't. I think it's possible that you can play, that long and not foul out. I honestly don't. I think it's possible that you can play, that long and not foul out.
And he plays a very relaxed brand of basketball. And after we got to know him for a year, his rookie year, he's just a very chill guy. He is very, very calm.
He and Jokic might be the 2 leaders right now.
There's going to be a third. Mentioned that Shea is playing, but day before the Clippers were to play the Thunder back in November, and missed basically from November to the beginning of February. He was a late addition to camp, and it was evident early. People believe, and I'm right there with them, he might have been the missing piece they needed last year. Time will tell.
Attention of Zoo, a little bit too late stepping up there. And when you leave Hartenstein, he's going to be on the offensive boards. Have to drive the ball at the man, try to make contact, initiate it, and the officials call him. That's it. They have to play whether it's a make or miss on the second one.
But yet still finding ways to win, which is a huge credit to Oklahoma City.
Dylan Jones check in for Oklahoma City. He's a guy who doesn't get many first quarter runs.
Yeah.
Missed 30 games this season with left shoulder surgery, so not just a rookie, but doesn't have that many games under his belt.
And they're really high on him here in Sacramento. You don't really want to try to consistently attack Lee Dort, which is exactly what I mean. You've got to put him in pick and rolls and force the switch.
One tap away, get the latest scores, follow your favorite team and players, and go behind the scenes, all in one place.
He just kind of lulls you to sleep, and then boom.
SGA had 37 against the Kings back in November. He's got 25 now.
Although these aren't leather basketball.
SGA up to 26. He's 8 of 8 from the free throw line. Murray came into the league out of Iowa, shot 41% from 3 his rookie year, then shot 36% from 3 his second year, and this year entered tonight's game shooting just 34%. Tonight, 9 of 12.
Yeah, and listen, some of it is him, obviously, and maybe the confidence, but I also think it's
just trying to keep that foul on the floor.
Just incredible strength from SGA. We've seen the physicality playing through.
Grizzlies will have plenty of time, get the ball up the floor and possibly get another shot off.
And now a quick word from Jack in the Box. Return is the crowd chanting MVP for SGA, who's been the best player in the NBA on both ends of the floor all season long. The one thing, and we haven't mentioned this very much, Michael, the one thing that stands out about SGA, there is a very rare miss at the free throw line. With his high usage and the ball that's in his hands as much as it is, just 2.5 turnovers a game. Where do you think that ranks in the NBA?
Three-point shooter? But you got to get out there on it because he could knock that shot down. Yeah, it's just, big man's got a complete game. No Ja Morant tonight, so look to him to continue to try to score the basketball for him. Did a good job of recognizing that Edey could not get to that spot in time and just knew he was going to get hit. 30 points that he's willing to go in there and sometimes get your head knocked off.
Very little fear from SGA. Another 30-point game for him. Played Indiana. He had 37 points, no turnovers. Third time with 30 or more in 0 turnovers. There's only been 6 players who's averaged over 30 points per game and averaged less than 3 turnovers a game.
Yeah, he's been remarkable.
That call. And now a quick word from Academy Sports and Outdoors.
It's exactly what we saw against the Grizzlies, guys.
Yeah, just good to have him back out there. Good to have him healthy. Certainly going to be a priority. J-Dub, the All-Star. And Michael, what did you...
The Nets.
And he's shooting the ball so well. Got off to a slow start this year. Just too good of a shooter with two... For that to sag down the way that it was, as TJ McConnell's going to come in for Indiana. And Joe just sticking with the usual shots that he takes as SGA converts at the free throw line.
Foul him, or he's going to get that shot off.
That's a second free throw missed by SGA. Very familiar with the result that they wanted. Knocked out by France as SGA. 1 out of 2 at the free throw line.
And that's why he's got so many dunks this year. I mean, he's way up there in dunks for a guy 6'3" and under.
Wasn't pretty against Tennessee.
It's just that time of the year, man. March Madness is going on in the NBA too, but certainly in college basketball. 29th dunk of the season. That puts him second in 6'3" and under guards in the association.
All about forcing the defense, Michael, to make that decision.
And I almost want to drink Gatorade while he's dribbling. So look, man, go ahead, man. They're making you work hard. Just a little bit of Christian right there. Shea. You know, he's so good. You know.
To his credit, he recognizes when there's somebody defending him who's not accustomed to defending him, whether that's a rookie. Rep OKC your way with the latest Thunder gear, whether you're looking for a game day fit or everyday threads. The shot. Well, SGA season, Michael, continues to be historic night after night.
I mean,
what should be his first MVP.
It's been phenomenal.
Night after night.
I mean,
what should be his first MVP.
It's been phenomenal.
Doesn't get to the line a ton. SGA gets there about 45% of the time.
Gilgeous-Alexander leads the NBA, folks, in 20-point games, 30-point games. League's leading scorer at 32.8 points per game. Gilgeous-Alexander leading the NBA in scoring at almost 33 a game, Tim, and doing it.
That time he just used his initial move to get Lindy Waters to back up.
I had to go up against Avery Bradley and Patrick Beverly every day in practice. Thanks, George.
Way to stand up for your squad, George. I love it.
UCLA Bruins, our Final Four pregame special from Tampa, begins at 6. Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi here.
Perfect rotations into the paint, but then a lot of options for three-point shooters if he chose that. Instead, this time he took it himself to draw the contact.
Right Achilles tendinopathy will not return in this game, guys.
Wow, he had just returned. You've never been to Calgary, have you?
Have not.
Good skiing country. 11 games. They have 15-game winning streak earlier this year.
Yes, we're talking to some super fans, the Red Rowdies, as they get excited for the playoffs, and we check in with Joseph Blair, head coach of the Rio Grande Valley Vipers, as they're in the postseason too.
1 for 2.
And you certainly don't want to see anything happening to SGA, who's at the free throw line, or end up on this list. Mitchell and Dukas remain out for OKC. Is SGA? Here's the MVP chance, rightfully so.
And the Lakers got hit with a delay of game. I'm not sure where that came from.
Perfect rotations into the paint, but then a lot of options for three-point shooters if he chose that. Instead, this time he took it himself to draw the contact.
1 for 2.
And you certainly don't want to see anything happening to SGA, who's at the free throw line, or end up on this list. Mitchell and Dukas remain out for OKC. Is SGA? Here's the MVP chance, rightfully so.
And the Lakers got hit with a delay of game. I'm not sure where that came from. I think that delay of game call was on Austin Reeves as he was complaining about the call. He was kind of jumping toward him.
Well, you get to the free throw line with that tee. At least it helps kind of calm things down a little bit. You get some points where points have been hard to find here in this third quarter.
Just try to score that last bucket. And he's at that free throw line. He's an excellent free throw shooter.
Both teams leveling out and now shooting it at 50%. As SGA. Doncic has been having words with the officials, certainly not hesitant in letting them know how he feels, actually surrounding the officials. Now J.J. Redick is fuming on the sidelines.
And this is what Shea does better than anybody. Get to the line and make free throws. Led the league in free throws made, 90%. 49 30-point games, 13 40-point games, 5 50-point games, and only one game under 20 points.
But a little bit of contact on the follow-through, and then that hip catches Shea in the lower body as he turns the block out.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
That hip catches Shea in the lower body as he turns the block out.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. It's the third straight year averaging 30 points per game. He did have a career high in assists this year.
I thought his killer instinct this year was better. He came out every night understanding.
And Orlando. Oklahoma City, best record in the West, best record in the league. Cleveland, best record.
They won a title a year ago, and they begin against an elite defensive team in Orlando.
Offensive rebound with the hustle of Joe that leads to the 2 free throws here for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Didn't really play that much. Didn't really need him that much. So, you know, in all fairness.
He stayed in plays. He's made things difficult for 2 of the best scorers in the game.
For the lock this week, NBA.com/bracket, or you can play in the NBA app.
Beyond the arc and make things easier for your others.
So Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, finalist for the league MVP.
Beyond the arc and make things easier for your others.
So Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, finalist for the league MVP.
Downside of the Defensive Player of the Year contender and Jaren Jackson Jr. It's
fresh off his first NBA scoring title. What KD did for this franchise back in 2013-14. Third straight year that he's averaged 30 points on better than 50% shooting.
He's so savvy getting to the free throw line.
His made this season was 6th
during the regular season in free throw percentage.
Thunder total free throws, so they rely heavily on SGA generating drives and getting to the free throw line.
Moves, and the way the NBA game has evolved.
Down the floor, he's not getting in foul trouble, and under Coach Islo, he's actually playing more minutes, and he's able to do on a consistent basis how much he puts pressure on the defense. Hasn't forced things in the second quarter, played within the team.
Well, we know he's from Canada, born in Toronto, but he played his final 2 years of. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the league in free throw makes. Watch hit shows like Up and Adams with Kay Adams and Run It Back, featuring Lou Williams, Chandler Parsons, and Michelle Beadle on.
I asked him, had he said anything to SGA to get him back on track in this game in terms of be who he is, or in the day for 9 second chance points, and it puts SGA back where he's comfortable at the free throw line.
Oklahoma City 68 wins this season, 14 losses.
MJ?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Grew up watching him.
And again, this NBA.
Those players not quite used to defending Shai.
Yeah, and he got subbed on the play. Easy call for the official.
Got better with his mid-range game, added the three-point shooting. A few years ago, got better as a defender.
Russell Westbrook just got an ovation from this crowd. He was so popular here, and rightfully so. Playoff schedule, TNT tomorrow night. The Pacers and the Cavaliers. 90% of the free throw line this season.
Point play opportunity.
Send it over to Stephanie.
Guys, before the game, I asked the head.
Got him with a little bit of contact down low, Brown, on that foul.
And Grant, that's 14 fouls now against Denver.
Well, I think a lot of it was because of Williams and his driving and dribble penetration there early in the fourth.
15.9 on the clock. SGA's got 30 points. Tack on another.
Caruso secures the ball.
I think Jalen Williams is the one who got him, too. Talked to David Adelman prior to the game, asked him what the current vibe is around the team. He said it's not a satisfied vibe by any stretch. Nobody's confident. Nobody is looking at it as, oh, we already got our one game, we're good. But they also recognize that OKC was going to bring a whole lot of fire here to game 2.
Certainly as a veteran understands his role, and obviously not the start they wanted.
So they got a
four, but just shows you the defensive principles of OKC.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 33 points. MVP chance.
You know, at some point, like you said, David Adelman may say, let me get these guys some rest. I play my starters heavy minutes. They've come to OKC, one win. But still, there's time left. But at some point, you got to start making those decisions if you're David Adelman.
Largest lead has been 39 tonight. 22 rebounds. He had 6 assists. He was one of 4 players to do that in a postseason game. Wilt Chamberlain, Shaquille O'Neal.
Those 3. And what he's done, how he's developed, how he's revolutionized the big man position. Fourth quarter begins. SGA will sit that out, which has happened a lot this season, him sitting in the fourth.
Westbrook called for his 5th foul. That was Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey. Don't miss the new season of the Emmy-winning HBO original series, The Last of Us, streaming Sundays at 9 exclusively on Max.
1 in 7 games, but so far, Oklahoma City's been able to get the ball into the paint. Free throws a game.
So far tonight, 5 points, but the good news is that Holmgren he's the guy that is introspective. He looks at himself as opposed to pointing fingers at the other direction.
Because he's 6'10", and when he gets that ball above his head, it's really difficult to bother that shot. He just gave a rear view mirror flyby, maybe catching a piece of the arm.
Makes the first. It's time for the upcoming the draft lottery presented by State Farm, followed by Celtics Knicks game 4 and then Timberwolves Warriors game 4, 7:30 and 10.
Arm.
Makes the first. It's time for the upcoming playoffs.
Gilgeous-Alexander at the free throw line. 85% during the regular season.
And it's not just been Hartenstein, it's been the entire team has shown him a lot of bodies and made it difficult. That's why Denver has to be really disciplined to keep the floor.
Hey, I spoke to Denver assistant coach Ryan Saunders about adjustments, but before that, he handed me the box score and jokingly told me
he's trying to keep Jokic from getting it to get that easy stick back.
Yeah, smart play by the veteran. Or OG by your teammates. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm sure some of his young teammates thought he played in Seattle for the Sonics first.
Knocks down his 8th free throw of the game.
He's been really good in the playoffs. Russell Westbrook, he's averaging over 14 a game.
Yeah.
That's second off the bench.
Slugfest. This is highly competitive. Both teams are inconvenienced by the other because of the familiarity. They just know each other so well.
It's been an incredible series. You were talking before the game. We've seen a little bit of everything thus far in this series. He knows he's got to match the effort here of Jokic in this first half.
First foul on Jamal Murray. Gilgeous-Alexander converts. They're now on a 7
from SGA.
And the 4th foul on Murray. MVP chance.
The last player to win MVP and make the finals was Steph Curry in 2016.
As he gets to that middle area of the floor and when to stop, put the brakes on and lean back. Anytime he senses that a defender is leaning in or that arm.
He's become an elite scorer. 30 points per game or more, 3 consecutive seasons. He was the NBA scoring champ this year at about 33 points per game.
Now you have the ability, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said it immediately. He was pointing to his arm.
14 points for Gilgeous-Alexander, 8 in the last minute. Missed the second free throw.
That time Christian Brown draped on him. It's good defense, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has an answer for it.
Gilgeous-Alexander now 6 of 9 at the line. 5 of the 6 games this round. He's averaging just 2 points per game in the playoffs, but he has 8 points here. Meanwhile, Gilgeous-Alexander knocks down a free throw. SGA got them both. 8 of 11 at the line, 24 points. Jokic three-quarter court.
Know if you're going to shoot, pass, or drive in 0.5 seconds of touching that ball.
Chance of MVP. Misses the free throw. Goes 1 of 2 from the line. And for many of the Thunder players. Lead now up to 13. Key at halftime coming up. A showdown between the 2 leading candidates for MVP. Right now it's going OKC's way. Trying to talk to the officials, kind of saying, what am I supposed to do if the defender crowds himself with his face? You understand free throws, it's only their 10th free throw. And now the largest lead at 20. Chris Finch in his 5th year as head coach. Mark Daigneault, his 5th year as head coach. Both teams excellent coaching strategy. There was a time during the course of the season they wondered if they could make the play-in, and here they are in the conference final.
Well, detriment of his team, it's Anthony Edwards. But to me, Richard, the growth, his decision-making, clutch game.
It's something he's talked about, that he has to stop complaining to the refs.
It's Anthony Edwards. But to me, Richard, the growth, his decision-making.
That you need a little bit more discipline. Putting your hand in the cookie jar and then throwing the ball at Shai and getting it technical.
This is the first. He's a great free throw shooter.
Because of his physical strength and ability to influence Shai with that, but you're not going to make him guard the full 48.
Alexander knocking down the first free throw.
The beacon for why Minnesota is so great defensively, because their best player takes the challenge whenever ready.
Knocks down both. It would be Gilgeous-Alexander's first MVP award. And if that's the case, completes the three-point play. And they scored half his points here in the 3rd period after that rough shooting first half. Oklahoma City had 44 points total in the first half. They've got 32 here in the 3rd.
Some of it is him knowing how to draw fouls at a high level. That's where he has mastered that aspect of the game. To make defenses foul them.
Well, 14 free throw attempts in game one was a pretty big topic on his ability to draw fouls. He now represents himself, and that doesn't seem to me like a particularly difficult job. You just
Hello, Sam. Good to see you. It's good to see you, Sam.
End of negotiations.
End of negotiations. Good to see you.
Knocks down the free throw. Key on these plays, these drives, and these are the ones that people were complaining about, was does the defensive player stay in his path?
That team struggle with.
And he's in the path, too, of Gilgeous-Alexander. Hits another one.
Especially when his team is 5 for 27 from 3.
Well, starting with game 5 against Denver.
Led the NBA in drives the last 5 straight years. So don't complain about the free throw attempt.
Another 30-point game. Alexander Walker prior to the Gobert confrontation. They've been chanting MVP all night. That's his first.
And that ability to get a great hit to give this guy just the right angle to attack, both in terms of his volume and his efficiency.
So flagrant one is the call. 2 free throws on possession. McDaniels, by the way, that foul his 4th. He's especially frustrated. He fouled out in game 1. And he has got a 24-point deficit to 10. As he was when they won 24, as he is now when they won 68. 19 in the first 2 games. He's 4 for 4 in game 3, but he just picked up his 3rd foul.
Coming at you.
A.J. Mitchell getting some interesting early minutes. Mitchell's another impressive rookie.
Because now when they double team, it's easier for you to kick out and make a play. McDaniel.
Double teams and how he hates playing against double teams. That post, Rich, that could be a place where he can.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 14 points total in game 3. Already has 13 points here in the first.
Hacking that offensive glass. That has helped them get those second opportunities and put them in a good spot.
Big free throw attempts first 2 games. Goes 1 for 2 that time.
Every player in the league.
The other night that you had seasons where you averaged 8 free throws.
Like multiple times, and so
how adamant he was that it was a clean block. Free throw is good. And their families. Always keep in mind the families as Gilgeous-Alexander hits 2 free throws. From the free throw line, Conley sinks the first.
I would say yes, because 14 seconds is not a lot of time. You can't waste much, and here it comes. But Minnesota's got 1 more timeout left.
The NBA scoring champion, the NBA MVP.
Decision for Chris Finch, play and flow before they set their defense without a timeout, or use it?
I call a timeout right now.
Missed a second, Randall the rebound, and a quick timeout.
I like that you want to foul. I like that idea of fouling them, not getting. And he maybe even before he gets past half court.
Both teams out of timeouts. Second one. Got it. 2 clutch free throws there. He picked up a technical after that timeout was called. So Gilgeous-Alexander.
What impressed me most was how quickly, Mike, he assimilated into the group. You can plug and play off to not only absorb the contact, but to put it up in the air to give it a chance. Incredible.
You know, it's interesting. Here he went. OKC has taken 3. Indiana just 2 here in the first. And figuring this out.
Well, I think Indiana is learning how small these gaps are that you can make passes. And even you go 1 more level, changing that starting lineup right.
Push right back.
Only the 3rd and 4th free throws of the game for Gilgeous-Alexander.
And they're 9 for 14 on corner threes. They've been the best.
Of game, that's what Carlisle was arguing about. Taking a lot of shots, 13 for 27. Clutch free throws right there.
Downsized completely. No center on the floor. No Hartenstein. No Chet for OKC.
Another 35-point game. Make it 36.
You stayed down on the pump fake and then you swipe down. That is just an irresponsible play, especially when you need to keep Shai off the free throw line. That those can help get OKC going. You got to be smarter than that.
Goes 1 of 2 from the line. Mathurin picks up his second foul.
The first free throw where the little slap down foul, undisciplined, and this is the second time for him to be at the free throw line.
He has refused to let himself get separate from the team. Never put himself above the rest of the group, Mike.
21 points. It's not just a high score, but so efficient. 8 of 15. And knocks down another free throw. And that amazing 30-point performance in game 1. 7-2 on the road. They won 3 times in Cleveland. They won twice in New York and already have a win in Oklahoma City. Leading scorer, but so many others capable.
Yeah, there's so many, and they mentioned in there that Raptors team that won the championship. And it's that balance, and OKC has that balance. That what makes them so difficult to guard, because they got 2 or 3 players on any given night.
To where it needs to be. We talk all the time about Steph Curry, like the conditioning, the body control, the strength.
Player in the history of the NBA Finals has scored 30 points in their first 3 Finals games. That was Rick Barry. Way back then, nobody was shooting over him.
Okay, set shots too. Set shots.
This is Alexander. Both teams have taken 17 free throws thus far. He is putting up playoff numbers that very few have ever done. It has been a season of brilliance.
It does not look like they have the same composure that they had in games 1 and 2.
By the way, they called a foul on Nimhard as SGA misses the free throw.
Indiana, they're forcing this group into mistakes.
Both teams not only have really terrific individual defenders, who's not far behind no matter where he goes. That first free throw is good. Now 17 points.
Knows what's going to happen. Free throws allow him to rest a little bit.
Just rest. Look, he's taking a deep breath, relaxing. That helps him.
And he doesn't just get to the free throw line. He knocks him down 86% during the fouled out for the second time in the finals. 44 seconds remaining. And
to make the finals, and the Thunder showing some grit and toughness.
They passed every test so far during these playoffs. Mathurin, his second. With a 32-point game, played 40 minutes. 7 for 7 from the line in the fourth quarter. And you could just feel the disappointment from the Pacer crowd as Gilgeous-Alexander. So Gilgeous-Alexander hearing the MVP chants. He's been hearing them all season long here at the Paycom Center, coming off in that Game 4 victory, the final 15 points in just the latest comeback in this finals and throughout these playoffs.
When there was a controversial call late in another game, a coach will come out, get a technical.
Already contributing off the bench. Free throws, Gilgeous-Alexander has already hit his first 3, now 4. He was perfect from the line the other night.
You don't want to go into halftime with an 8-point lead, with a 9-point lead. You've done so much work. You've got to finish strong here.
Gilgeous-Alexander, meanwhile, 12 points and 4 assists.
No,
you never passed TJ McConnell.
If I'm TJ, I'm saying that was a poor jump ball. That's your fault. That's why I got the foul.
Because he's the difference in this third quarter.
Each team with multiple stars. You've got some unbelievable performances from the likes of Caruso, Wiggins.
They go in to out defensively as well as any team I've ever seen.
Under duress, the post up is over. You've got to give them an outlet.
Little more verve to Tyrese Halliburton here, even with that turnover. You haven't played a ton of TJ Halliburton minutes.
So they called a foul on Siakam. They could have called it on Toppin as well. First foul on Siakam.
Threes are allowing it to play. Now, that arm is always going to be there. It's whether or not the push-off is there. And picking his spots when he's open to knock down shots.
12 points now for Gilgeous-Alexander. The crowd loud and a little ornery right now. And we've seen it a couple of times in these final scores. He doesn't let an off-night shooting impact his energy at the other end at all. As Gilgeous-Alexander now with 16.
Shooting the basketball. All right, I got a question, Rich. If this doesn't change and it looks like this.
Well, that's what forced him to be unbalanced, trying to get the ball.
2,000 him hard. 21 points for Gilgeous-Alexander.
He gets downhill and gets here. Game 6, Richard, a much better job by Indiana.
In the first 6 games, Neesmith fouled out twice, 26 total fouls. He's a great defender, but when foul difficulty, Benedict Mathurin checks in for the first time.
His willingness at times to go 90 feet, to play 48 feet, to absorb this MVP nightly.
The playoff grind for 2 months. You're physically exhausted and you're mentally spent.
And now there's an emotional component.
As well as he can be under the circumstances, the entire family.
As we wind down the first half, Gilgeous-Alexander now 16 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, and a block. Numbers and impact. He's having one of the more inspiring off-the-bench finals in recent memories. He has been spectacular. And right on cue, misses that one. Knocks down the first. What a special year it's been. And now trying to cap it off with a championship. Rick Carlisle furious. Not sure what he's upset with. Both free throws are good. Gilgeous-Alexander, 27 points, 12 assists. He has put up playoff numbers very few have reached.
Multi-time first team All-NBA, leading the league in scoring. He's just had such an impressive season, and he's 2 minutes away